Now, after a lightning advance by the rebels in Syria, spearheaded by Hayat Tahrir al-Sham or HTS, Syrian President Bashar al-Assad has fled to Moscow.
Well, Russian President Vladimir Putin for years has provided military support to the Assad regime, and with rebels taking over, questions are being raised about the two strategically important Russian facilities in Syria.
Now, reports indicate Moscow has threatened a harsh response if Russian military bases in Syria are attacked. Russia has struck a deal with Syria's rebel leaders to guarantee the safety of its bases. According to a Russian war blogger, Russia's military presence in West Asia is hanging by a thread.
Meanwhile, Moscow has said that it is too early to say what the future will hold for Russian military bases in Syria, adding that it would be the subject of discussion with the new rulers of Damascus.
Пока преждевременно об этом говорить. В любом случае, это все предмет для обсуждения с теми, кто будут у власти в Сирии. Сейчас мы видим, что...
Now, Russia's airbase in Syria's Latakia province is a naval facility on the Tartus coast, and this facility is Russia's only Mediterranean repair and replenishment hub. And Moscow has used Syria as a staging post to fly its military contractors in and out of Africa.
Earlier, Peskov confirmed that Assad had been given asylum in Russia, saying the decision was made by Russian President Vladimir Putin himself. Asked about a possible meeting between Putin and Assad, Peskov said none was currently in the official Kremlin schedule.
All right, and let's also take a look at what some of the analysts and experts are saying about what's unfolding in Syria. Listen to this.
What Israel wants most with Syria is peace. We want a peace agreement with Syria. We want to live in peace as good neighbors. Now, it's up to the people of Syria and the new government of Syria to decide what its policy will be. The people of Israel are still waiting to hear from this new government of Syria that it will keep its previous agreements with the government of Israel. But there have been cause for concern, which was that a couple days ago, armed groups in Syria launched an attack on UN peacekeepers who were in this buffer zone between Israel and Syria. And Israel responded by defending the UN peacekeepers and moving into the territory where the UN peacekeepers are in order to keep these armed groups a bit farther away from the people of Israel until we find out what's going on. But I hope we can find out what's going on, that the government of Syria will say that it wants to live in peace with Israel.
Turkey will be the most influential country that will have an influence in Syria. So the Turkish role here will especially be very important to avoid disagreements within the Syrian rebels to escalate, and that Turkey will play an important role to to convince the Syrian rebels who have taken power to be more inclusive. And Turkey will also play an important role in transforming the state institutions, helping Syria's economy, the banking sector, and the reconstruction of Syria. So Turkey has much to provide to the Syrian people, but Turkey alone will not be enough. Syria needs more. Syria needs the help of everyone. We can and probably will see a joint effort between the Arab states, Turkey, and the Europeans to help Syria to get on its own feet and to help Syria to be a prosperous and stable and secure country. And Turkey will be at the forefront of all of these efforts.
What's going to be the future of Syria? Syria itself was created as an artificial entity after the end of World War I on the ashes of the Ottoman Empire. Modern Syria was held by two strong men, the Hafiz al-Assad and his son Bashar, in the last 54 years. Both of them were called the Butcher of Damascus. How Syria is going to be organized now in the relation between religious and secular, between the various components, the various constituents, it's a very, very big question. It will take months, if not years, to settle in a way. It's clear that it's the major collapse of the Shiite axis run by Iran, but how it's going to, what's going to replace it, how it's going to be rearranged, it's an open question.